What's up, everyone? This is another episode of Two Straws.
Two straws. I don't know which way it is.
It's okay. I think this works. We have a really exciting guest today. We have Lerone Murphy, who is an undefeated featherweight prospect in the UFC, and he's here to talk to us about what's going on. We'll let him in the studio right now.
Yo.
Yo,
Hey, Lerone, thanks for joining us.
thank you for having me. How are you?
Good. Oh,
Good,
can you center
good.
your camera a little bit?
Turn it.
Just a
Yes.
tiny. There we go. We made
We
your
want to see like the
screen
whole
small.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining us. I know that you had a fight coming up. You were going to have your big debut against Dan Ige as the co-main event on the UFC Fight Night. And we just got word that you had to pull out due to injury. What's going on?
Yeah, so I just got back from Thailand. I'd done like half my training camp there. I got back and then I was in a wrestling practice and I popped my shoulder out.
Oh.
It's not too serious, but I couldn't train for like 6 weeks, 6 weeks rehab. So the fight is in like 3 weeks or something. So it's not. I couldn't make the fight this time around.
That must have been
No,
really heartbreaking. I know how it is when you get that big opportunity and then it's out of your hands. You can't take it. But how did it
Mm.
feel when you got the name in the first place?
I was excited. I thought it's a good matchup. Big name. Obviously, everybody knows him. He's been in there with the best of the best. So I felt like a win over him was like the start, pretty much the start of big things for me. So pretty pissed off that it didn't go to plan, but I'm sure I'll get another opportunity.
what is the rehab going to be like for your shoulder?
Well, they said like 6 to 8 weeks, but I'm gonna fly to the States and get the stem cells. Uh,
Oh.
Probably in the next week or so, I'm gonna get stem cells and then start my rehab. But I feel like this injury happened 2 weeks ago, and it's already much better than it was. So I reckon like four to 6 weeks. I think I'll be back.
Understood. Um, I, when you first found out that you were injured and that you were going to have to pull out of the fight,
Mm.
what kind of emotions were you going through, and how do you keep yourself emotionally sane? You know, we all go through injuries as fighters, and a lot of people take fights injured. And
Mm.
I really respect that you're, putting your health first and taking care of yourself so that you can compete as your best version.
Yeah, well, I have been in the octagon many times injured. Like I think we all end up getting in there with something. But with this injury, I couldn't grapple, couldn't even post, couldn't do anything, couldn't even lift my arm at the time. I still wanted to fight, but management and coach said it's the best not to fight. This take this one out. But yeah, like you said, it's heartbreaking. As an athlete, we've only got like a small window, so we want to get active and want to get fighting. I've already been out for like 6 months already. So yeah, it's heartbreaking, but I'm just keeping mentally strong and stuff like that, and eating a lot of food. But I'm just trying to not stay fat. But it's hard. It's hard. Like I'm just sat about doing nothing.
What you fought a lot in Abu Dhabi,
Yeah.
and I think just because your coming out party was kind of during COVID, you've been flying a little under the radar.
Mm.
So it's going to be exciting once you do get that opportunity. But like you said, how do you keep yourself from trying to rush into a bad situation? Like we all saw TJ Dillashaw, he had that really bad shoulder injury and he kind of felt that pressure too. Like he wasn't going to get this opportunity if he waited, if he
Mm.
allowed himself to get healthy. And maybe did that have anything to do with you making kind of a better decision for yourself?
For me, it's just like I feel like I've got time, and obviously I've got good people around me as well that make the decisions for me. Because as a fighter, we're always gonna just get in there. Like it doesn't really matter to us, but that's why it's important to have a solid team, to make them decisions for you. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like because it's not like a major injury. I feel like hopefully April I can get
Okay.
matched up again with somebody in the top 15. So that's what I'm aiming for anyway.
Nice.
I haven't seen them re-announce an opponent for Ige. Do you think that they'll
He's
or
fighting Philly. He's fighting
oh,
Yeah.
Philly now.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine feeling now.
Got you. That'll be an exciting matchup as well.
It is, it is.
So you've broken into the top 15
Mm.
um, after, winning several fights in the UFC. What kind of path do you see, and how long do you see it taking you to get to where you want to go?
Yeah, for me, it's activity. That's what's let me down, really. I've only had like what 6 fights in. I think I've been with the UFC 4 years now, so it's not a lot. And obviously, we had the COVID there, and every time I get booked to fight in the States, it gets cancelled for some reason. I've had 2 injuries, um, a visa application, and what else? The COVID, yeah. So like 3, 4 fights have been cancelled. So for me, it's just activity. I just need to get some momentum going. I fight like 3, 4 times in a year, and I feel like that's when my career will take off.
So we first met you at Alliance, but who do you train
Mm.
with now?
I'm at Manchester top team. This has been
Okay.
my original team, but like I do try like to travel for training, get different looks, work with
Yeah.
different coaches, like take the best bits from everywhere.
How did you get in wrapped up in Alliance back in the day?
So I used to train with Brendan. I used to train with Brendan. He
Okay.
knows Dom. He knows Dom. So I ended up coming over in 2015 was the first time, I think. And
Okay.
I would have still been amateur then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was when we first met, when you first
Yeah.
came.
Yeah. I remember actually the first time walking in Alliance, and I think you was working on your grappling or something. I think you had just transitioned from Muay Thai or something. That's
Yeah.
what I remember anyway. I can't remember something.
It probably looked shit. That's why you remember. You're like, she needs to keep working. She needs to keep working on that. Oh no, he's laughing because it's true.
Oh,
uh,
that's funny. That's
that's
funny.
I
funny.
never actually got a chance to interact with you very much. I'm quite introverted and I act kind of like a feral barn cat sometimes. So it's
Oh no,
like
I'm the
very
same. I'm the
skittish around new
same.
people.
I'm the same.
So
Yeah.
unless somebody is a really extroverted personality to like bring that out of me, it's a slow process.
Yeah. I'm the same. I'm the same. I'm very quiet and like introverted as well. So yeah.
Do you have any?
So
Oh, I'm sorry. But well, I was just
sorry.
gonna ask. Do you have any main training partners out at top team that you just is always like? I'm always training with Jess. I'm always training with like a handful of girls that are just like my go tos. Who are
Mm.
your people that keep you in shape, keep you in check?
Yeah, so we've got a solid team. To be fair, the gym's pretty busy, but my main training partners are Jordan. He fights at Bellator. He's moved over to a organization in Croatia. I was a champion there. I've got some Russian kid called Ibrahim. I think you'll end up seeing him very soon. Top prospect. We've got a lot of up and comers, a lot of guys that are like 6 and 7 and all up and coming. Have you seen that little ginger kid from PFL that's been knocking everybody out?
No, that
You
what
didn't see him?
size?
He's pretty small. He's bantamweight, but he's
Oh,
been
okay,
like KOing everyone, and he's in our gym as well. We've got some good fighters.
nice. Okay,
Building a good team.
nice.
So, Lerone, I've got to ask. I've, done a little looking on the internet, and what came up is a crazy story about you,
Mm,
and you've actually been shot. And I wanted
yeah,
to ask if you would share that story with us, and if that had anything to do with you getting into MMA.
yeah. Well, it didn't have anything to do with me getting in MMA, but it surely did help me get off that path that I was on. So like would have been like 10 years ago now, 2013. I didn't train then at all. I didn't do any martial arts at all then. I was living a totally different life from I am now, and then I ended up getting into some sort of drama, and ended up getting shot coming out of a barber's. So from there, it was like I didn't start training straight away, but I feel like once I started training, it kind of took my mind away from thinking about negative stuff and stuff like that. Because as you know, when you're training hard, you don't have the time, you don't have the energy, and it's like I had something to focus on, which is what I needed at the time.
That's
I
awesome.
love it.
How
MMA
long
saves
was
lives. It
the?
really does.
It does. It's crazy. How long was the recovery for that? Because I know I read you still have a little piece
Yeah,
in your tongue.
yeah, Yeah, do you know what? It wasn't too long. It was just I feel like more it was like more mental damage. It's like you just like I don't know. I don't think that the injury was well it was, but it wasn't like yeah, I couldn't do anything for ages. I think I started training like maybe 9 months after that or something.
Okay.
So the start of 2014 I started training. But like, yeah, it's just like more for mental stuff. I didn't think I was gonna fight or anything.
Yeah.
What did that, you mentioned mental, what exactly did that look like? Like, and how did it change you?
The incident or the training.
Well, after the incident, you said that
Okay.
it mentally changed you. What was that
It's
like?
just it's just more like can't even explain it. It's just like after it happened, it's like I felt like I went into like a depressive state, like I didn't really want to go out, didn't really like trust people around me and stuff like that. Yeah, and just like bad thoughts maybe. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, when I started training, like that kind of cleared my mind. I got like a new set of friends almost. You know what I mean? Like people that are on the same journey and stuff as me. So it was good. It saved me pretty much.
That's awesome. That's really inspiring. You know, we every time we interview someone, there's a story like that where
Yeah.
MMA saved them in one way or another, and it's just it's weird how MMA fighters get the stigma that we're all brutes and we're just violent and knuckleheads, and really it's like no, we would have been worse if we didn't have
Yeah.
MMA. MMA took us out of that mindset, and if you want us to bring it
100%.
back.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like I know a lot of people, like most fighters have been through some sort of trauma, like in their
Mhm.
life. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and that's why we're wired up the way we are. And I feel like MMA has saved a lot of people. Like, give people a platform, give people a job, and
Mhm.
yeah, it's good for the world.
That's great.
I love hearing that. I'm sorry that that happened, but I'm happy to hear that there was a positive coming out of it.
Yeah, it was a positive actually, and like at the time, you don't when bad things happen to you at the time, you're like, why me? But like further down the line, you see that it was for a reason, and it's to redirect you to better things. So I'm happy it happened. Really.
I love that.
So, oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying I love that. Sorry, we're a little bit delayed, so
Ah,
it's
it's raining in San Diego for the first time, and my
What?
power went out. So I know, right?
It's raining.
Like
Wow.
it's raining. You brought the weather with your streaming.
It's actually not raining here at the minute. It's cold though.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
where are you guys training now?
Actually, we're all at Adrian's gym. Do you know Adrian Melendez when
No of
you were
him.
over here?
I know
Yeah,
of him. I've never trained with him though.
we're all kind of out there right now. Everyone's just
Nice.
grouped together. Alliance is kind of dissipated, but
Yeah.
there's gyms everywhere. So the main nugget of the Alliance MMA people are still
Mm.
there, even if there's no like actual building.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
everyone's just kind of helping each other out right now. But I've actually been the Great Britain top team before.
Oh
Well,
yeah, that's the London Brad
yeah,
Pickett's one. Yeah.
yeah. I went to Brad Pickett's one before. Have you ever trained out there?
I've not no, because I remember I was
Uh,
supposed to fight Nathaniel. I was meant to train there, but I was gonna fight Nathaniel. Remember, so uh,
oh, okay. Oh,
that
yeah.
yeah, that bridge is.
Did you guys get any beef on the come up with that?
We've had a few back and forths and stuff like that, but it's like I think it was on the same card in July. Yeah, in July. We kind of seen each other there. We had a little altercation in the hotel, and
Oh,
then and then after it, I think it might have been fight day. No, after the weigh-ins, he's like come over to me and said like, "Oh, the media's like stirring stuff up and stuff like that." So we just kind of squashed it, but it was nothing really.
okay. What did you think of Strickland and Duplessis squashing their beef? Was it kind of a similar thing, you think?
Theirs was deeper than ours. Theirs was some bad words got said about them. Ours was just petty bickering online, but theirs was deep. So it was good to see him bury it though. Have a fight, sort it out, and that's the best way to do it, right?
Yeah. Speaking of that fight, everyone's debating on who won. Did you get to catch it last? What was it like last weekend?
Yeah, I think Strickland won, to be honest.
Mm.
It was very. I could see why judges give it the other way, but it's like it's very close fights. It's just based on perspective and how you score certain things. So yeah, it could have went either way.
Okay.
So you just mentioned judging. What do you think would change the pattern of terrible judging decisions? Do you see a fix to it at all?
I think it's going to be hard to do it because, like I said, it's an opinion. It's based on opinion. I think they would have to do like some extensive training on like a small circuit of judges. So like they're all kind of seeing the same thing, watch fights, score fights, and then give them kind of some coaching. I don't know, but I feel like it'd be hard to do.
Yeah. It is very objective, and it's no matter how many times I read the rules, I'll always score it different from the judges. And
Mm.
it's like it's supposed to be this thing first, and this thing, then this thing, and it never really seems the same. But then
Mm.
when I look at people who I usually agree with, sometimes I think a different person got the round. So it's it is really tough, and maybe everyone needs a smart cage like the PFL. So
Yeah, yeah.
computer to do it exactly the same every time.
But even still, then it still wouldn't be accurate because they're counting like, do you know, like little rabbit punches and stuff like that? How's that?
Mm,
How do you differ that from like bigger shots and stuff like that? So I think it's very hard to do in it.
yeah.
Maybe some AI one day will be able to pick that up for us.
AI judges will definitely be better than Douglas
Mm.
Crosby. That's for sure. It can't be
Or we just need
worse,
to
at
keep
least.
getting KOs just like Lerone. We just need to
Hey,
take the judges out of it completely.
I've actually
hey.
got two decisions in a row. I need a finish. I need a finish now.
So, what's your secret to getting finishes? I know you're a little disappointed in yourself, but you're still undefeated, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But do you have like kind of a secret that you feel like really gets you closer to getting finishes more than other guys in your weight class?
I feel like I've just got very good timing over anything. Timing and a good eye for picking up, like making reads and stuff like that.
Mm.
When I go out and try and finish, that's when I don't look the best and it never comes. Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like I
Yeah.
just got to let it flow and just like make some reads. I feel like that's why I feel like the Ige fight would have been a good fight for me, but oh well.
Yeah. And well, if it's not Ige, is there anyone else you got your eyes on who's ranked?
Yeah, I just want to fight anybody ranked. I don't want to. I feel like I've had 6 fights now outside of. I just want to fight anybody that's ranked. So basically, they're probably going to give me a Caceres. Is there? He's not matched at the minute. Sadiq Yusuf. One of them guys. Anybody. I just want to test myself. Really, like
Yeah,
I'm not really bothered who I fight at this moment. I just want to just see how far I can go with it.
for sure.
So
Well, I
you're,
think
you're young in the sport and you're young in the UFC. You're already ranked. Do you think about the end, or do you have a timeline? Do you have anything you want to do or starting to do before you retire? I know it's far way off.
Yeah, do you know what? Like every time I put a plan together in my head, like I want to do this, this life just shows me that it's not that simple. Do you get what I'm saying? Like this year, I say, I want to have 3 fights or 4 fights, and then I get injured. So it's like I'm just going with the flow and just making sure, like, obviously I have a goal. My end goal is to obviously become the champion. But I just want to just have fun, have as many fights as possible, set some businesses up and just be financially secure. That's my goal. That's it. Simple.
What
what
kind of
kind of business?
businesses?
Oh, oh, jinx.
Business. Well. Do you know what? We've just set up like a natural supplement company which will be launching next week. I've got part of ownership in the gym. And then I just want to just go. I don't know, I don't know, but I need to start thinking. I need to start thinking multiple.
It's a good start.
It's a good start, yeah.
Yeah.
And at least you're thinking about it.
Need to, don't you, in this game?
Well,
Yeah, we have a very
Jessica's in
short
real
window.
estate, so
Nice.
if you need some property is always a good investment as well.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I do that
Nice.
with everyone now. Jessica's in real
Thanks for the
estate.
plug.
Buy a house. Give her a commission. No. Oh, it's smart. I think a lot of people start thinking about that a little too late. So that's awesome that you're already doing that. What kind of supplement company are you working on?
So it'd just be like natural goods, like things that are like, so it won't be like proteins and stuff like that. We've got like Shilajit. Have you heard of Shilajit?
No.
Not heard of that. It's like
Yes,
something.
I love it.
Have you heard?
What
Yeah,
is it?
that's great. It's like
Yeah, for a little bit I had a sponsorship for it.
yeah, it comes from the mountains. It's just like minerals, but it's like you can have it in like liquid form or tar form, and you put it in your coffee or hot water or something like that. So we've got that. We've got like Tonkat Ali, got sea moss, black seed oil, just loads of like natural.
You need to get some
supplements.
ashwagandha up in the mix too.
Ashwagandha, yeah, ashwagandha. I use ashwagandha, but we haven't got that one. We need to stock that one for sure. That's good as well.
Nice.
Write it down.
I will.
Start sponsoring your up and coming amateurs.
That's
Get
it.
on
That's
their
it.
shorts.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Nice. Cool. All right. Well, we don't want to take up too much of your time, but thanks for talking with us, sharing with us how you're feeling and everything. And we hope you have that speedy recovery. Where are you going for your stem cell treatment? Just to Vegas?
Do you know what? I just messaged CPI, Scotty Nelson at CPI, because I did go there previously. So I might go to the Mexico. He's in Mexico, right? I might go
The
there.
chipsa.
Yeah, Chipsa, yeah.
Okay.
I might go there and then do like 2 weeks at the PI and just to speed up the recovery and stuff like that. I'm planning to do that at the start of February. So next week, maybe 2 weeks.
Okay. Maybe we'll see you out there.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
No, do you know what? I'm going to come to San Diego for sure. I'll be in San Diego. I have to be, so I'll catch up.
Nice.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate you sharing your story and your mindset. And we really can't wait for you to get healthy and watch you knock somebody else out again.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, man.
All right. Man, I love hearing stories about how MMA just it changes people's lives. I know it did for me. You know, I was on a kind of a troubled path, and I love hearing that it's so therapeutic. And it one thing about MMA too is like Lerone was saying, when you go into the gym, you just have kind of like this already connection because everybody's there for the same purpose and wanting to learn and grow, and it just creates this beautiful bond and family type atmosphere. It's a great support system.
It is. I mean, like I feel like I don't have any like crazy story, but I just had no confidence before I started training, and then it just like made me feel so much more comfortable in my own skin. I like felt more like I could handle any situation, and it was really great just being able to find that kind of on an accident and just falling into that world of training and becoming a better version of yourself. So that's really cool to hear. I'm glad he's not too hurt. He'll be back soon enough. And hey, maybe we'll get a visit in February.
I know we got to stop him on his way to Chipsa. I mean, you literally have to pass by us to get there. So
You do.
it would only be right. It would only be right.
Yes. We'll yank him. Yank him over and hang out for a sec.
All right, guys. Well, this has been another episode of Two Straws. Thank you so much for joining us. And we will see you next time.